Hey guys, today we're going to be doing some straw painting, and for this project you're going to need, of course, some paper, a straw, a paintbrush, or some kind of dropper like a medicine dropper or something to be able to drop paint on your paper. You'll need some watercolor paint. If you don't have this, food coloring will work just fine. And if you choose food coloring, make sure you have small cups or dishes or a bowl, something to put it into. Again, you'll have to add a little bit of water to this just so it's not, so you don't use all the food coloring. All right, let's get started. All right guys, to make this work, what you'll have to do is put some drops of color, like a good puddle, on your piece of paper. Before that puddle dries or absorbs into your paper, you're going to want to take your straw and gently guide that puddle of water, or use your breath to blow through the straw and move that paint around. You can experiment with mixing those colors together. You can try to turn your splats, or whatever you want to call them, into another picture, or just see what happens. Experiment. I will show you both ways. This is my food coloring setup. This is my watercolor setup. Now, as I was putting the watercolor in the little cups, I realized it doesn't come out very fast. So you might be able to get away with just dropping it on your paper and then catching it before it dries. So you're just gonna gently blow onto the puddle of watercolor or food coloring just to move it around. So we will experiment with both kinds. I guess I'll do my watercolor first. So I'll move my little cups to the side, bring these a little closer, and I'm gonna demonstrate this first. So what I'll do is, I've already woken up my paint. It's awake, it's wet, it's ready to be used. So I do want it to be a nice puddle. So I am adding a little more water, creating that great puddle. And then I'm gonna put it on my paper somewhere in kind of a lot. And before it dries, I need to use my straw and blow it around. That worked really well. So you can kind of experiment with the kind of straw you use too. Think about like those little tiny coffee straws that are really small. It would be a lot harder, or more control, I should say, to blow that paint around through that little straw than this kind of milkshake style straw. You could experiment with turning your paper. See how far you can go with one of the splats. Be careful to take frequent breaks. You will get a little lightheaded from expelling your air so much. I'm gonna wash my brush. Try this green. Drop a little on. Oops. Turn my paper some. Cool. I like what I see so far. Now I want to try some of this food coloring. So this is red. I am going to put a drop of water. Just water it down some. Swirl my brush. Oh wow, that's a dark red. Let's see what happens. Set my brush down. With my observation, I noticed that food coloring absorbs into the paper quicker than the watercolor paint. So that's interesting. Wash my brush. Let's try some yellow. So my green accidentally mixed with my yellow, so it's kind of a different color. Different shade of yellow. Oh, I like it though. Notice I'm just putting it in a blob shape. Ooh, here's a cool idea. Once they're dry, try turning them into little monsters or something. Drawing some eyes on there, maybe some faces, a mouth. That'd be kind of cool. This is kind of an orangey color. I think the blue shows up the best. I like the blue. What if I go across a little bit and then try it? Be sure to swallow your spit. I know that sounds weird, but so you don't blow spit through your straw as you're creating your masterpiece. I really like the way it's turning out. Kind of reminds me of crazy jellyfish or something cool. Once it's dry, I'm definitely gonna add eyes to this. So I let my paper dry a little bit and I went through and added eyes to some of these guys, and it definitely gave them all personalities. This guy kind of looks like a little monster, or I mean a dinosaur, monster, dragon. I love it. Perfect way to finish this masterpiece. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next week for another video. Bye.